Ben Bailey.
Hey, hello. Hello. Hi there. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Working From Home. I am Ben Bailey. I, after all these weeks, am still working from home. I'm at my house and I'm at work. I got rid of the commute. There's no commute. I don't go anywhere and I'm at work. And then when I'm done with work, I don't go anywhere. And I'm at home. I'm at work and I'm at home because I'm working from home. Hello. 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 I just like that huge contrast and different greetings. Hello. Oh, hi there. It's fun to me. Some people greet you loudly, though. Hey, what's up? And some people are like, hey, how's it going? Those people, the second people, do you think they're polite or do they have something to hide? Do they want no one to notice that they're coming over? Hey, how's it going? And you turn around and you're like, oh, hello! And they're like, shh. I was trying not to draw any attention to me saying hello. Oh, hey, there's the crowd. Look at that. They showed up a bit late, the crowd, but they're here. What's up, everybody? Happy July. It's the 4th of July weekend. Yeah. America. Time to eat a lot and drink a lot and fart a lot and swim a lot and poop a lot. Maybe, probably not if you're just eating barbecue and meat. You'll be digesting that for several weeks to come. Now there's the spirit of the 4th of July. Don't eat meat, it's bad for your colon. America. And what's bad for your colon is bad for you. I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure that's true. Things that are bad for the colon are generally bad for the whole person. The entire body. I'll try to stop catching. I'm like, it's just me murmuring and then breathing through my nose. Could you, someone's typing in, could you please stop breathing so loudly out of your nose? It's making me uncomfortable. I can feel it on the back of my neck. It's always the back of the neck. You never hear breathing down the front. He was breathing down the front of my neck. Hey, dude. You have good intentions, but you're supposed to be behind me right now. You're trying to frighten me. I feel like you're gaining on me. Sorry, a little camera adjustment here, guys. There. Hey, look, it's all of me. All of me. Well, it's about one third of me is all for you. And 2/3 are for the other two. Nose breather. I'm a nose breather. I think I've just proven that. There's a term, mouth breather. I think it's supposed to mean that, like, if you're a mouth breather, you're dumb. It's the implication that if you're standing there like, just breathing through your mouth all the time, then it's because it didn't occur to you that you could close your mouth and breathe through your nose, I guess, or you don't realize how awful it looks. Just passive walking there. Dude, what are you doing? Just breathing. I mean, I'm walking too. But I'm just breathing. If you're asking why my mouth is open, it's because I'm breathing. My nose, just for show, it doesn't actually work. It's just here to win contests. And win them I have, I'll tell you that. Imagine having a nose this big and it didn't work. You're like, man, what a complete and total... Which those are the same thing, complete and total. It couldn't be more identical, but they were completely and totally the same thing. Imagine if you had a big nose like this and the fucking thing didn't work. You'd be like, you know, if I had a little one and it didn't do much, fine. But my point is, my nose is often clogged. I don't never put nothing in there, but there's stuff in there somehow, and it's blocking things up. So maybe if you're a mouth breather, you're not stupid so much as sinus congested. This is my theory. Look at that. Look how dumb that guy is. He's like, hey, fever. It's like glue. It's like plaster and glue and rubber. Just filling the whole space. I don't know where it comes from. It's coming out of my brain, I think. But I can't get through it. I certainly can't breathe through it. It's too thick, man. Yeah, okay, mouth breather. It's my nose is all clogged. It's why, okay? No, it's not why. It's because you're stupid. And you forgot that you have a nose. Big mouth breather. Oh. Did you ever have to share a room with somebody on a trip or something? Last minute, they're like, no, there's only one room. You're like, but what about the big fancy fucking room that I reserved? Yeah, somebody else got it, so you're going to have to sleep with Mr. Snores a lot. I never thought snoring could really be that bad until I was like on a trip with a bunch of dudes, and holy shit! It literally is like someone is sawing the bedpost. And I don't know if this is, if you're aware of this, but if you have two people that snore a lot in the same room, they will get into a rhythm in their sleep, and they won't be in sync. It's like they're arguing. One of them will be like, and the other will be like. So no wonder children are afraid of old people. They get old and they smell different, for one. I probably do. Kids probably walk in here and they're like, whoa! Somebody old and smelling different in this home. But then they fall asleep in the chair, and it's like they're possessed. What's wrong with Grandpa? No, nothing. He's fine. Why do you ask? Because he's doing this. God forbid someone sleeps with their eyes open. If you're gonna sleep where other people can see you, have the common courtesy to shut your fucking eyes, man. It's freaky. College roommate, you fall asleep on the couch. I'd be like, Spooner? Spooner? Are you awake? Are you? One time I came in, he was on the couch, his eyes partly open, glazed over, and a little smile. I shook him twice. I thought he was dead. I freaked out. In a panic, I just ran to the front door for some reason. That's what you do. You go, if you find one of your roommates dead, you run to the front porch as quickly as possible. And then rethink it from there. I got up, I ran to the porch, like, oh my God! Thinking it's the worst. Of course, he woke up while I was running to the porch and followed me. Oh, I wonder why Ben's running to the porch. And I turned back around, he was right there. I was, oh! Oh! Holy shit, I thought you were dead. know what he said? He goes, why? 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 That's a pretty good question, right? He has no fucking idea. Why did you think I was dead? And then he goes, was I sleeping with my eyes open? I'm like, no, I put something in your tea. Of course. Oh, it's freaky. You'll see it one day and you'll think of me. And you'll go, Spooner? You'll never know. You'll never know the history. Fart noise when all else fails. Oh, and here come the votes right after a fart noise. Bring in those votes, babe. Woo! Oh, 18 likes and 472,000 farts. You should be able to send farts over the social media. Let's get that going, guys. And I want smell and everything. None of this just a sound. That doesn't... I want just the potency, and you just send some shit to your friend. They're on the other end like, yeah, I always thought you were kind of a dick. You're like, really? Put your nose right up to the speaker. And smell my butt. See? You can't judge. People love fart jokes. Did you hear that crowd reaction? Man, she's going to be exhausted. She's finished up like 14 times already tonight. And we're only 16 minutes in. 14 times in 16 minutes. How many times is that per minute? It's one and a little. That's how many. Oh, yeah. It's working in the yard, everybody. I don't know if you have yards or if you work. But if you do, you know that machines in the yard are a fucking pain in the ass. I've had a lawnmower. I've had the same lawnmower for about a dozen years, and out of the 12 seasons that I've had the mower, she's broken down approximately 12 bloody times. Actually, that's a lie. It's more like 15 times, because there was at least 3 years where the fucking thing broke down twice in 1 year. Twice in a year. Now here's the issue. It's maintenance. In my mind, here's a thing that cuts the lawn, mows the lawn. I should be able to park it for 9 months, and then that fucker just starts right up. You see, it doesn't work that way with combustion engines. It just doesn't happen that way. You're like, I'll get the mower out, and the mower's like, yeah, good luck with that. I've been sitting in the dark for 9 months. It was 108 in here one day, and it was 11. And you just think that I'm just fine with that because I'm made of metal and plastic and stuff? Well, I'm not! I can't even get to my gasoline anymore. You try to start that fucking thing. Who's had a case of fucking lawnmower arm? Fuck! God! Here's a worse one, ready? Whoa! So close! They get it to run for 3 seconds and try to do the whole lawn before it dies. Ah! I got a third of a row. Ah! And you're like, oh, I'm just going to hire somebody. I'll take care of the leaf blowing and the weed whacking, and I'll hire someone to mow the lawn. Guess what? Same shit with the fucking leaf blower. Shit's infuriating and exhausting, and it causes me to shout obscenities in the yard alone. And I'm not the only one. I hear other people. We hear them screaming and we judge them. Oh my God, what is wrong with them? Leaf blowers looking at me like, we know. You and I, we know. He's got the same model. He's a total dick, his leaf blower. Electric, battery powered. That's the way to go, man. It's kind of the way of the past and the way of the future. Because you know what? All you got to do is plug the battery in. And they fire right up, man. Shit's amazing. Not to mention a lot more quiet, a lot less loud, a lot quieter. It's another way. There's 3 ways of saying the same thing. What do you think of that? I did 1, I did 2, I did 3. That's 3 ways. They're so much quieter. I mean, so much quieter. That just for that reason alone. Because if you live in the burbs, you know the deal. You're like, oh, well, I got a day off. I'm going to go out in the yard and sit and relax and listen to the sound of the neighbor's fucking lawnmower. They're watching for you to come out your back door with get settled into your chair. Then they're over there like, theirs always fucking starts right up, right? You're like, oh, well, maybe I'll have my luck. And the thing won't start. I guess he knows a little bit more about maintenance than I. A bit more. I don't know where my crowd went, but woof.
Sorry.
Got quiet in here. You all right over there, babe? How you doing?
I'm okay. I just looking
You
at
look nervous. You have a nervous look on your face. It's making me uncomfortable. I want to make sure everything's okay. We got it. What do we have? An audio issue?
Do you really want to make sure everything's okay?
The people in Cincinnati can't hear us. Is that the deal?
There is an issue.
Oh, son of a bitch! Just kidding. What is it?
The people are saying that the audio and the video are out of sync on the feeds.
Really?
Instagram is good because it's going direct, but the others are out.
Oh, for crying out tears!
So if it's bugging
all
you,
of the others, the audio and video are not in sync on all the other feeds?
yes,
Fantastic.
doesn't seem to be worrying. Most people say it's okay.
Oh, really?
But they're not like
That's
you.
terrible. You got to interrupt me with that stuff. Babe, it's 21
I
minutes
just
in.
found out.
Oh, okay. I thought you
I've
had
been
known.
Busy pushing the laugh buttons.
What? All right, let's have an argument while we're live now. Let's do that.
Not having an argument.
I'm just saying, don't keep from telling me this. Hold on.
I didn't.
Don't keep from telling me this stuff if you're like worried that I'm going to be upset about it. We need to know. I don't want to have an issue going for 22 minutes before I find out about it.
Well, I was kind of busy. I had a job. I'm just finding out about it now myself.
I'm saying for future concerts.
Okay, for future concerts.
Okay,
There's
so I have no idea what to do about this anyway.
If anyone knows what that...
Yeah, no, just for future concerts.
For future concerts,
Nice
man.
done. You're all over the movie thing. I don't know. That would be terribly annoying for me if I was watching. This isn't a kung fu film.
Yeah, if that's
Although maybe
happening,
I should just do it that way.
if that's happening...
You killed my father. Now we must fight. I'm still doing it. I could just be talking normally and doing it, but I can't help it. I have to act it out. That's like if someone tells you they're going to be filming you in slow-mo, or this is a slow-mo shot, so you just act normal, and you're like, okay. And they're like, no, you don't have to do the slow-mo. Like, but now I can't not do it because you told me it's supposed to be in slow-mo. Okay, I have no idea what would cause the audio and video to not be synced up. I do not have any clue how to fix that.
It's got to just be the software we're using, I imagine, so we don't have much control over that.
We've been using the same software for a long time. I'm not sure that it's the software that we're using. But so we have two options. We can stop or we can keep going. I think we'll just keep going. I think we'll just keep the show going, and we'll just try to pretend that the audio and the video is synced up, and then maybe afterwards there'll be something we could do, like we could go in there and we could put in a copy for other people to watch later, where the video and the audio was synced up, which would mean we'd have to dump them all out and then put new ones in. I'm not sure we could do that, so we'll see what we could do. In the meantime, just sit back, relax, and either don't look or don't listen. So It's up to you. If you, whichever one you want to feel right, just block out the other one, okay? So, like, if you just want to look at me and my mouth and my stupid face, then cover your ears and everything will line up fine. And if you'd rather just hear me, but you don't want to look at me, then cover your eyes or just close them, because you could just close your eyes instead of covering them. Sorry, I don't know who that guy was, but it's sound advice. Yeah. Sound and sight advice. Oh, no.
All right, so
what's
people
up?
are saying keep going.
People are saying keep going.
So,
3 out of the 5 people watch it say keep going.
and if it's really bugging you,
And the other 2 are 3 seconds behind. If it's really bugging me.
if it's really bugging the people watching, they can. Instagram is good. They can go over there.
Yeah, go to Instagram.
They don't.
The shit's the same.
You don't get to see the pictures, and you don't get to see me, but
Right.
but Ben won't be out of sync.
I won't be out of sync. I will be in the sink. I won't be in the sink. I'll be right here in the basement, talking at you a little bit behind myself. What a trick I've learned to play a joke on all of you. Anybody guess the movie? It's a pretty obscure one. And it's kind of funny because I've actually discussed this movie quote with the actor who delivers the line in the film. And
It's true.
And he seemed to have no fucking idea what I was talking about. He was pretty shit-faced, though, to be totally fair. It doesn't matter if that shit's in sync or not. Sync or not. So do we have any guesses for the movie? I don't think anyone.
I'm not seeing any.
I don't think anyone has even made a guess as to what the movie was. The line was like, for future concerts. Just for, does he say just for, no, for future concerts. Right? Does he say no, or is it?
Yeah, but for future concerts, man.
Yeah, but for future concerts.
So
I missed the line
that's
too.
A quote around
But
the
I
house
know I've
here.
given it to you 3 or 4 times again. Am I to repeat it again? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm out of sync and out of touch. Oh, yeah. Been in the house a long time. Been getting out there doing the yard work. Mowing the lawn with a mower that doesn't fucking work. Try to blow the stuff with the blower didn't work. So I went and I bought some new stuff. That's what I was talking about. Got some battery-powered landscaping equipment. And I got to tell you, it's fantastic, folks. It's fantastic. It doesn't work either. None of it fucking works. I'm just going to use my hands from now on. A pair of scissors. I'll be out there with a pair of scissors cutting the grass. Cutting the grass. Have you cut the grass? No, not yet. And where I was headed with that is I like beer pretty much all the time. Pretty much. But there are some times when it's even better, way betterer than the others. One of them is after working in the yard on a hot summer day. You sit down, you drink a beer. It's just the perfect, it's kind of the only thing that works right then for me. At the end of a day of working in the yard, playing a game of hockey, which I haven't been able to do in ages, and I'm going a little crazy in that regard because I'm itching to play. After hockey, beer. After hockey comes beer. That's just the way it works, folks. And yard work, and I guess just about anything. Once you're done, you have beer. That's what you do. You get a beer and you drink it. Keep it nice and cold. You want it so cold, it almost burns on the way down because it's so cold. Oh, we've got a donation for No Kid Hungry of $15 going once. $15 for No Kid Hungry going once. $15. Do I hear $30? $30, do I hear $100? $30, do I hear $100? $100. $100 and No Kid Hungry. $100 and No Kid Hungry. Do I hear $200? $200, $300, $400, $550, $6,000 going to No Kid Hungry. Going once, going twice. Do I hear $6,000 for No Kid Hungry? No. Still just $15, but that's pretty good. So thanks for that. I'm working on my auctioneer stuff. If I get it right, I feel like you guys will just be like, okay, all right. Or someone will scratch their head. Oh, sold! Yard work, hockey, beer. Stand-up comedy, beer. Shower, beer. I did a radio show somewhere sometime, and these dudes were all into shower beers. They were like, you should have a beer in the shower. And I was like, fuck yes, you should. It's a great place to have a beer. But so are most places. Not while flying an airplane or driving a vehicle of any kind. Maybe a scooter. There's not really a vehicle that it works with, honestly. No matter how small. Skateboard? No. No! Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. The movie that no one's getting is called... Do you remember the name, babe?
My Idiot Brother?
Yes, that is correct. The movie's called My Idiot Brother.
Movie, but I wasn't sure about the title.
And the actor, I don't remember the character's name. The actor is T.J. Miller, fellow comedian, self-proclaimed fan of Cash Cab and the stand-up comedy of Ben Bailey, yours truly, by the way, which was a very cool thing for him to say. We were in the hallway briefly at the Comedy Cellar, and I was explaining to him how we use that expression for future concerts. It just became part of our own little lingo after we saw that movie, because it's a really funny line in the movie. And he was just like... I was like, I don't think he remembers doing that at all. To be honest, I was like, I don't know if he's going to remember this. No judgment, buddy. No judgment at all. If you listen to my previous 5 minutes about how fantastic beer is. But see, I try to not move into the next realm of the beverage there if I can avoid it. That's when I get into trouble. If I do, it's...
Yeah, if you start drinking scotch.
Scotch, aye! When the scotch comes off the shelf, that's when things start to change a bit.
That's when it's time for me to go home.
That's when I start talking like that. 2 or 3 of them, and I'm like, aye, I remember when I was a wee laddie, room in the Highlands. It's never happened. That actual thing has never happened. That is what should happen to you if you drink too much scotch. That'd be fantastic. You start dancing around in your woolly tartans, singing of the times as a wee laddie. That sort of thing. But it doesn't. What happens instead is someone just turns off a little switch in the back of your head, and you are gone until it's absorbed enough that your brain works again. And then you go, what happened? What happened, Sleeping? What happened? We went out of the room, and then when we came back, you were asleep on your face on the floor. So we figured we'd go home. All right, that makes sense, boys. Well done. I believe. Thank God the laughs came back. It was getting hot. Starting to sweat in here a little bit. I was like, I could use a cold beer. It's a little bit out of here. Cheers, everybody. It's time for Cash Cab Drive-By. I'm Ben Bailey. This is Working From Home, episode 30, motherfucking 2. Holy moly, what an intro. Sorry about the audio-video sync issue. I will try to look into it. I'm not even going to bother calling the tech guy because I know he's going to be a total douche about it. And he and I have discussed this previously, and he has no idea. He doesn't know. Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on. I just realized I've left myself a note here in my pocket. One of these things that I like to do to try to work on myself and better myself is I leave myself positive reinforcements in the form of little notes in my pocket. So just a nice little thing to pick me up if I'm feeling down. I'll just leave a nice little positive thing on a note. Oh, not this one though. This one says go fuck yourself. I gotta start treating myself a little bit better. It's the lovely and talented Emma Gleason, ladies and gentlemen. Show her some love, show her some hearts, and remember that those hearts are being credited to me. Hey, babe, you want to say hello?
Yeah, maybe later in the show.
Why?
Mouse issues.
You're kidding.
No.
It's not. The mouse isn't working. Did you plug it in?
I can see things moving on the screen, but I can't see where the mouse is.
Do you have it upside down?
Plug it in.
Is it upside down, maybe? Backwards in your hand?
No, I checked that a couple times.
Because I've done that before. Should we get the tech guy in here?
No,
take a
I'll
look?
just plug it in again, and I think if it charges a little more, it'll be good. And
Okay,
I'll say
but,
hi. I'll say hi then.
I've run out of things to say, babe. We need to go to the next bit where you do your thing and say hello.
What? Well, considering most people have gone to Instagram, I could come around there.
Most
and
people
say
have
my
gone to
things.
Instagram?
Well, I'm not saying
Are you looking at
most.
that live? That is what you said. I'm sorry to be a stickler. But
It is what I said.
It
It's
is.
not what I mean.
you're like most people. Like I'm not saying most people. But you did say most people. Yeah,
Don't
but that's
play
not
it
what
back.
I'm saying.
Don't play back the audio.
Don't mention it. You have a 3-second delay to correct yourself.
Yep.
Don't
If
mention
the
it.
mouse was working, I could
But
do that.
I already have mentioned it. It's a bit late now, isn't it? To request that I don't. Because I have My Idiot Brother. It's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie.
We have another John.
I enjoyed it.
We have
Wow, anyone else think he looks like John Hamm's strange cousin? Another
just
John
started
Hamm. What?
I just started saying
Is
we
it the
have
same
another.
person with the ham bone every fucking... Ham bone, ham bone, ham bone, ham bone. If you guys are all over at Instagram, just make a donation. If everybody on there made a donation of $1 right now, then we would raise $3.
Someone else did try.
For
They
no
said-
kid hungry. It's not working? Great. Fuck everything. Fuck lawnmowers
Okay, I'm going
and...
to stop trying to talk.
Babe, we cannot have an argument while we're doing the show.
Okay.
I threw to you for a segment. You were unable to go to it, so I started talking again. Would you like to say something?
I was just going to say, we know that to that person, we know you tried to donate and it didn't work through this. They can do that after. And anyone else that wants to can just go to nokidhungry.org or feedingamerica.org. And we know that you guys are doing it, and we thank you. And I can ask you questions if you like.
Are you talking to me or the people?
To you.
Oh, okay. Sure, let's do a fan question.
Okay.
Don't we have fan question music?
All right. Kelly Anders over
Hey, Kelly Anders.
on Twitter
This is the level that I'm down to now, babe. Just... Okay, what's up, Kelly? What is it? What's your question?
She asked, has anyone ever jumped out of the cab?
Yeah, me. While it was moving, trying to throw myself into traffic, but unsuccessful. Unfortunately, turns out my seatbelt was still on. Has anyone ever jumped out of the cash cab?
When they realized that you were filming.
I guess that means, has anyone ever said, no, I don't want to play?
Well, it's slightly different.
Yeah, but it's like, it implies that they didn't realize we were filming until we were like halfway into the game or something, which that never happened. But so, I guess the answer is no. Nope. Never happened. Wait a minute, you guys are filming? We did have people say in the beginning, oh, I can't be seen on TV. Someone said they were in the witness protection program. I'm not sure we believe that one. Someone said they were in the CIA and they can't be seen on television. Several people were like, this is not my significant other, so we cannot play.
That one I find the funniest.
It's a special day for us, but not one that should be seen by others, let alone a lot of others. Let's go to ASMR. Let's do something...
Yeah, we could do with a little
Peaceful.
chilling.
ASMR. Here, quiet moment. All right, so that was ASMR. What should we do next?
I'm sorry, honey. I'm just dealing with some tech issues over here.
Okay.
I didn't mean to be annoying you. I can read the story, I guess.
Can't get to the news story because the mouse doesn't work.
It's just like...
Did you plug the mouse in?
Yeah, multiple times.
I don't understand.
It moves, but it doesn't show up on the screen, so I can't tell what I'm going to be clicking on.
Hang on, everybody. Sit tight. So weird. The mouse doesn't work. It's there, but it doesn't work. So we don't even know how to shut down the recording at this point, do we?
No.
All right, shut this mouse off. Sit tight, everybody. Oh, what was that?
It just says mouse off.
Yeah, but where did
I don't know.
where did the program go?
I don't know, sweetie. Just hold for a sec. I'll hit escape.
It's connected now, the mouse.
Okay.
Can you get to Mimo Live? Did I just shut down the feed?
No, it's still going. I can see on the...
Oh, good Lord. Hey, everybody. Fantastic show we're having here tonight. We're getting into an argument, and we can't shut it down or keep it going. So, hurrah. I hope you guys are all doing okay. We're not doing so great here in our house tonight. So let's take a drink and think about the good things that we do have in our lives, like running water and electricity.
How about...
and heat and air conditioning. Those things work pretty well, don't they? Most of the time. We have a refrigerator that's pretty good. Did you have a suggestion, babe?
Some applause for the essential workers. We could take
Oh, that's a
our
great
moment
idea.
for that.
Let's take a minute and applaud our essential workers. Way to go, guys. Thank you so much for doing the things that you continue to do.
Yep.
So we can continue to do this stuff and feel like we're okay.
And thanks for coming and watching and staying with us through this stuff. And thank you to Cape Flow over on Twitter for saying they like the behind-the-scenes stuff. That makes me feel better.
What behind-the-scenes stuff?
I guess, like...
The wow, this show's not working stuff?
I don't know. They didn't
That's
specify.
a glimpse behind the scenes.
I'm just guessing, like...
Okay, well, I think what we need to do now is...
guy and stuff.
What we need to do now is figure out a way to stop the feed because the broadcast is garbage. It's totally out of sync. And we're dead in the water. We can't even figure out a way to shut it off. I'll just turn the computer off if that's what we have to do.
Okay.
So, sorry guys, I don't know if we're going to be able to do the rest of the show. I think we're going to have to end it a little bit early tonight.
You can still do Sunday. You can still do the chickens.
All right, do you have a list of holidays?
I do.
Excellent.
And I can give you more questions if you want.
Questions from fans?
Yeah.
We can do that. Okay, let's take another question. He just totally took the wind out of my sails, babe. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, hon. I have to deal with the tech.
I understand. I understand that. And so do I.
All right. You want to just go to Sunday?
No, I don't even feel like doing it, honestly. There's a real honest moment, everybody. Due to nothing that you've done, I don't feel like doing it at all. And that's not good. 32 episodes and it took to get here, but here we are. All right, let's do trumpet. Let's get political and do trumpet, everybody. Woohoo! It's a nice melancholy version of trumpet.
It was very bluesy, huh? I liked it.
I'm glad.
Well,
Okay.
People are weighing in saying that please keep going and they're really enjoying the show.
Let's take another question from a fan. Let's do it.
Okay, we have Michael Wills over on Facebook asked.
Hello, Michael. What's up, dude? Michael Wills.
He says, Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
He's very polite.
Yes, what is it, Mr. Wills?
What was your favorite moment with a contestant on Cash Cab?
My favorite moment with all of the contestants on Cash Cab is when they got out of the cab and shut the door. Just kidding. My favorite moment with any contestant ever?
That's a lot to...
I don't know, man. I don't know. Just this past season, people's reactions when they found out they were, or realized they were in the Cash Cab have been so amazing. I think a lot of these newer ones would compete with almost any of the old ones. Like, the level of excitement is just even bigger than it used to be, and those are often my favorite moments. Those are often everybody's favorite moments. And I've said, but I have said before in other interviews, and it's true, one of my favorite things that happens in the Cash Cab is if someone gets in and they're just a little too cool for school, like they're kind of like, oh, this is kind of dumb, but I guess I'll do it anyway. I like to just get so into it and so focused that we create a really great vibe in there and pull them into the game. And then when the person who is too cool for Cash Cab is so caught up in it that they just have this huge smile on their face and their heart's pounding because they want to win, even though it doesn't, it's not enough money maybe to make a difference in their life. That's probably my favorite. When somebody who's too cool just sheds all of that nonsense and is like, oh my God, this is so fucking fun!
That's pretty cool. That's got to be fun.
That's my favorite shit probably on the show. Other than the reactions. And the people watching and eating all the good food all over Manhattan and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And every fucking thing, because it's fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those are, I'm going to say those are probably my favorite moments, those ones. When I turn them around, When they're like, I don't care, and then they're like, oh my God. That and when people that are real assholes lose. That's real time in the room laughter.
I think everybody...
Despite our disagreements. So that's real shit right there. Sometimes, once in a while, there'll be some people in the back that I'm like, man, I cannot wait to get these motherfuckers out of my taxi. I am so tired of them. I hate people who if you bring enthusiasm and energy to something, and then sometimes there's someone there to shit on it. Like one time we were driving up in this one spot in Manhattan where there's not often a car coming from the other way. The streets are angled like this. And I'm coming in from this way. I have some people in the cab. I just picked them up. And I'm cruising along here, and these people have a stop. It's like a shadow game because of where the lights are. These people coming in this way, they have a stop sign. There's not a lot in New York, and it might not even be a stop sign anymore, but back then it was. And we're coming up here, and there's buses parked all along this whole block. So I can't see who's coming from over here. And I'm flying along, and everybody's caught up in the game, or like, woo! And all of a sudden I was like, whoa! And I just slowed way down, and then a car just came flying around from behind the buses. And I was like, I couldn't see you, but I knew you were there. And the woman in the back seat she goes, it's New York City. There's always someone there. And I'm like, I fucking hate you. Why do you have to shit on my little parade? First of all, you're wrong. This is like maybe the one place in Manhattan when there isn't always somebody there. And second of all, even if it was, like, why? What? Can't you let me have a little...
Didn't you just save everybody from a big accident?
Maybe. Kind of.
I mean...
I don't know how big of it might have been a fender bender. But you're thinking of a different time. You're thinking of up by the park with the bus and the honking, that story?
I'm not sure, Dylan.
Okay. It's another bus story where we all thought we were about to die, yeah. And then we didn't. And then everyone was laughing. And I was like, shut the fuck up, it's not funny!
I'm sorry, honey. I'm getting all your you almost died stories mixed up.
Yeah, well, no, only one of them is a you almost died story.
I'm just joking.
A me almost died story.
Yeah.
Me almost died! Was it scary? No! Me almost died! It's a me almost died story. Thanks for that question. Got us back on track. And thanks for your support, everybody. And the 2 donations to No Kid Hungry. They're like, wow, that's the worst theme music we can imagine for our charity. No Kid Hungry.
I don't think they mind. They like how much you're bringing in donations. They're pretty pleased with you, sweetie.
Yeah, $2 a week, which translates to 5,000 meals.
We had Mary over on Twitter. One of my favorites. She always says such awesome stuff.
Mary on Twitter. What's up, Mary on Twitter?
She asks, have there ever been any repeat players in the Cash Cab?
One time, these 2 dudes, this is a true story, despite the voice I'm using to tell it. These 2 dudes got in the cab once, and we're riding along, and I'm like, you're in the Cash Cab, and they're like, ooh, and we're like riding along, we're playing a game, right? And I keep looking in the mirror, and I'm like, And finally, I'm like, hold on a minute, guys. I pull over, and I get out, and I go to the back of the van. I go, hey, to the producers, to the other guys in the van. I go, hey, do we have these fucking guys in the cab before? And they're like, we were saying the same fucking thing. That's what we were just saying. So, all in different voices, but same exact conversation, pretty much. And we looked them up, and those fuckers had been in there before. The same 2 dudes.
And they didn't let you know?
They did not.
They're
No, are you kidding? I wouldn't have either if I were them.
Keep quiet.
They were furious that I noticed.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't have said anything if I were them. They'd be like, yeah, we were on Cash Cab. Like, if you were at a party and you were those guys, like, if they had succeeded, and somebody was like, I was on Cash Cab, they'd be like, I was on it twice, fucker. The only ones ever. And we lost both times.
So they're not allowed to be?
They are not allowed to be on there again.
Game show
Such
rules.
a random fucking thing.
Federal game show rules.
How did these guys get in here? I guess. I don't know. I don't know if it's a rule that you can't have the same contestants. You definitely couldn't have the same questions, and you obviously couldn't have the same contestants and the same questions. But if you had the same contestants with different questions, maybe it would be okay. Like if you had a tournament of champions or something like that.
Yeah.
And you brought them back and like set it up and pretended you picked them up. You would be allowed to have the same contestants in then. So I imagine having the same contestants more than once is not totally forbidden under the correct circumstance.
I think what I find what I find super interesting is that, and a lot of people don't know, that there's specific federal laws about game show play.
Absolutely.
That you guys have to stick to and follow. And I saw someone on
Standards and Practices, and it's no joke. It's federal law, thanks to Quiz Show, or the film is Quiz Show, which is a great movie. I believe the show that it actually happened on was the $64,000 question.
Oh yeah.
Herbert Stempel, I think was the guy's name, and they were staging it. They were making it into the best cliffhanger competition, and they were like, yeah, they were setting the whole thing up.
It's interesting.
Which that obviously you can't do that, but because that case went to the Supreme Court, the rules about how what you can and can't do on a game show are federal law. So a big deal. You can't fuck around with that. Although for $200 on Cash Cab, they'd be like, who gives a shit? Do whatever you want. Just give them $200 each. Doesn't matter. Maybe they don't say nothing. You just give them the money anyway.
But you guys don't do that because.
But it kind of ruins it.
You can't.
Yeah. But no, we don't do that. Obviously, it was interesting. There was a point where people were like, "Cash Cab is set up," thinking that the people being picked up were set. And then other people, I was like, I hope people don't think that they're implying that we're like controlling the game.
Oh, right, yeah.
I know that's not what they meant to say, and obviously that is not true. We never did anything like that, but it just, that was my main concern with those rumors, that it was like, shit, I hope people don't get, mistake set up one way for meaning set up the other way. Which I don't think anyone did. Until now. Now that I've said it, people probably start doing it. So, way to go, me. This shit is real, man. This shit is real.
I've been out there. I've seen it. It's.
I've been out there, man. I've seen it.
It's a lot of people working on it.
You don't want to go out there.
It's true. Not in the middle of summer.
There's a lot of people working on it relative to some things, but not relative to most TV shows.
This is true.
When we did 30 Rock, it felt like we were just shooting Cash Cab until they were like, hold the roll, and everyone on the whole street just stopped. I'm like, oh my God, this is like a real big budget show. Those aren't real people walking on the street. They're extras. And that's when I quit. Right then, I was like, I'm out. I'm demanding more. I want fake people.
I was going to say that, and then when you did Oprah, it must have seemed
Oprah, yes.
pretty. Yeah, it was funny when my dad was over here, right as the season started filming last summer. He was like, wow, there's a lot of people working on the show. And I was like, oh, this is a pretty skeleton crew, Dad, compared to...
We have like 12 people that are out in the field or something like that. And if you go to the set of a network, a scripted show, there's a couple hundred people working.
Or when you did Who's Still Standing.
Or when we did Who's Still Standing,
NBC.
Which was tremendous fun. Huge amount of stress.
But several hundred people.
A lot of fun and a lot of people working on that show. That's the show that I hosted a show for NBC years ago called Who's Still Standing, where everyone was on a trap door, except me. I was not on a trap door. And if you answer the question incorrectly, you go down. And it was cool. It was very cool, but it was a crazy setup. The show had been the number one hit show in Israel before we made it here in the U.S. I worked with a great bunch of people on that show. It was good fun, and like any show, that doesn't mean it was like smooth sailing constantly. There were issues, there were things we had to work through and figure out, but it was great fun and it was a great show. And at one point, we had the producers from the Israeli version of the show, where it originated, and where it was the number one show in Israel for like 3 years or something, running up until when we made it here. And we were talking to them afterward about it, and we said at the end of that filming day, and I remember saying to them, hey, did anyone get hurt when you were making the show in Israel? And they both burst out laughing, the guys. And I was like, what's so funny? And they were like, everyone got hurt. I was like, holy shit.
Standards and practices are slightly different in Israel.
Yes, we had like a pit filled with these big cubes of foam rubber, like 8-10 feet deep. So, and you fell from only,
This is like
just enough so that you disappeared when you fell. And then you just landed a soft landing. It was fine, and there was people there, and they had a mattress. They had a 10-foot drop to an old mattress, is what the guy said. You're like, my leg hurts. They're like, shut up. Get out of here.
The bone's not sticking out. You'll be fine.
You signed the waiver. Get the fuck out of here. You lost. You owe us $50. That was not our version of the show. Ours was fun. It was cool, man. But it got, even though the first night that it was on, it won the night. It had the best ratings of the night. It got like shifted to some other time slot, and then they like made a Christmas thing out of it when it was not, there was nothing Christmassy about the show, and they put all these, it was like ho ho ho. Up next, a very special Christmas Who's Still Standing. Everybody's like, what? We never had a non-Christmas one. What is this? We at home here watching, we were like, what the hell happened to that? Ho, ho, ho! Like, people are dressed for the beach.
It was pretty crazy.
But it was a fun experience, and I'd do it again. Not the same, but I'd do it again. For the money. Just for the money, you understand? Cheers, everybody. It's 8:58. Holy schmoly.
We have some good questions coming in.
Holy schmoly. We have questions. Okay.
Do you want more? I
want question.
Save them for next time.
Question theme music. If we're doing another one, I need a little bit of theme music, babe. I can't just do these segments anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're supposed to be dancing. See, I'm supposed to do this.
Okay, we have a question from over on Facebook.
Their question is like, is the audio so slow? Okay, what is it? First of all, who is it? They're over on Facebook.
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 It's Elias.
Ooh, good name, Elias. Or Elias.
And I'm going to get the last name pronunciation wrong here, I'm sure. Vaverzis?
Nope, that's right.
This is Ben without looking at it.
Elias. I know a guy, an actor, Elias Koteas.
Oh, yeah.
Great actor.
So it could be...
Great dude.
Could be Elias?
I always thought it was Elias, and I met him after show, and he said, no, it's Elias.
Ah.
Elias.
Yep.
And I was like, you're in this great movie about golf that I love. Do you play golf? He was like, no. I was like, okay. That movie is called The Greatest Game Ever Played, by the way. Directed by Bill Paxton, whom we've spoken of on the show.
Right.
So.
And you know what? I don't much like sports movies, and I don't like golf, but I liked that movie when you recommended it to me, and it was cool.
What did you say? You don't like sports movies?
No, I'm not.
Are you kidding me? Remember the fucking Titans? You don't like that? What's wrong with you?
I've never watched.
You never saw The Natural? Field of Dreams? Sorry.
Okay.
I was taken over by a sports nut there. Sorry about that. What's the question?
There's some overwrought film recommendations for you.
Yeah. Overwrought. Nice. Good word use.
Okay.
Scrabble. All right, what have we got? Let's get to that question. Then we're going to have to do Sunday.
So Elias says I had it right.
He's lying. He's he doesn't know how to pronounce his own name, damn it.
He says, have you ever kicked anyone out of your cab for farting too much or busting out a really stinky one? So, highbrow question there.
Yeah. No. Next question.
I had someone actually asked over on Twitter, they asked, have you ever wished that you had earplugs for when
most of my life.
For when sometimes the people scream when they get the answers correct. And
yes, a couple times we've had people in there screaming so loudly that it was literally it was hurting my ears. I thought it was damaging my hearing.
Wow.
One time I got mad at these girls, and they never got over it. They were angry. They won and they left, and they were just like, you shouldn't have yelled at us. Like they were still mad. I'm like, you were hurting my ears. It's a very small space.
Yeah, there's a point.
Yeah. And back to the farting thing, it's part of the whole protocol before the game starts. The people who debrief them on the rules before I come back and we play the game, they say, if you have to fart, do it now.
Do they really?
No farting when Ben is in the cab with you. No, they don't. I just totally made that up.
But you should get them to.
But that's what we're gonna do from now on. So
Write
thank
that
you.
In.
We're running out of time. We got to do Sunday. It's we got 113 left on Instagram, which is where I was told most of the people are watching now.
That's me and my very non-educated judgment.
And then soon after I was told that no, it's not most of them. Yeah, I'm just playing with you, man.
I know.
So what are our holidays?
All right. So we have National Workaholics Day.
Great. None of them are watching.
National Hawaii Day.
Yes.
And National Apple Turnover Day.
All right, cool. Is that it?
Yeah, it's funny.
Apple turnovers, Hawaii, and workaholics. We're down to 34 seconds. Hit it. Hit that music.
All right, off you go.
This weekend, celebrate Workaholics Weekend by not taking a minute off. I want you to work from Friday at the end of work until Monday morning when work starts over again. Because it's Workaholics Day, National. It's also National Hawaii Day. If you live in Hawaii, there's no fucking way you're a workaholic. So you can't celebrate that one. You might as well celebrate your own state. What was the other one, babe? I don't remember the other one. What was the other holiday?
Apple Turnover.
It's Apple Turnover Day, so eat some apples and turn them over. Now!
Wow, we just got that in. We just got that in on Instagram. So we're going to wrap up the whole thing. Sorry about the issues. Thanks for sticking with us, you guys.
Thanks
through the
for the
audio
love.
technical issues and our own issues. I'm Ben Bailey.
I'm Emma Gleason.
This is Working From Home, episode 32. I'm going to juggle some chickens. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Once a week, Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern.
What music you want for this?
I don't care. I'm going to get an intro again, too, which is perfect.
Okay, cool.
Close one, people.
Guys, thanks for staying with us. Hope you're keeping your asses clean and being good to each other. Good night. See you soon.
You're gonna have to come over here and help me.